Hey
Hi,
Harmeet, hi. How are you?
good. How are you?
I'm all good. And thank you for joining. Thank you for taking out the time, considering that you
Thank
are
you.
out of India and adjusting with the time schedule. Uh,
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
but yeah, so thank you for joining in the dugout. And this is a special series which we started through the course of IPL. And
Yeah.
the purpose is to, talk to professional cricketers like you and know your journey, dive deep into your story, the experiences you had till now, and just learn from that so that all our viewers can understand every cricketer's story, right? I think I've lost your connection, Harmeet. Yeah, you're back.
I
Hi.
lost you.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have joined. Thank you everyone who's joined. So we'll be talking to Harmeet and just dive deep into his story, understand his experience of playing in the Under 19 World Cup, what he learned, and as much as he can share with us. So Harmeet, first let me ask you to just briefly introduce yourself and what kind of a journey you had till now in cricket.
Uh, I first started off playing club cricket and school cricket in Mumbai. I was born and raised in Mumbai, and then uh, after that, I played age group cricket for Mumbai, and slowly climb up the ladder till the under 19 levels of Mumbai, and then by that time, I was selected for Mumbai Ranji Trophy when I was 17, and then after my debut, I got picked for India under 19 for the first World Cup in 2010 in New
Okay.
Zealand, and uh, after that, I came back and I didn't play a year of Ranji Trophy, but I was leading the side for Mumbai under 19, and we won the Coach BR Trophy, and uh, then I went for the second World Cup, which we won. Uh, and after
Okay.
that, of course, I played for rest of India in the Irani Trophy, Dulip Trophy, for West Zone, and
Wow.
India B in Challenger Trophy, then IPL for Rajasthan Royals, and also in the before,
Sure.
like in 2010, I was picked for Deccan Chargers, but I didn't play because I had to appear for my 12th exams after like
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
during the month of April. So the first part of it I missed it, and then I joined the team later and then uh, after 2012, and then after that I had uh, I did not get many opportunities in Mumbai, so I moved to Jammu and Kashmir for a year, and then last
Okay.
2 years I've been playing for Tripura in the Ranji Trophy. Yeah,
Got it.
that's to keep it short. Yeah, that's how it is.
Awesome. So I think you've played in a lot of different leagues and a lot of different
Yeah.
levels. And one thing which I would like to ask you is that how did this passion for cricket actually arise? How did you start playing cricket? Whether it was just casually, or did you start directly as a professional cricketer?
Actually, I always had interest in sports, so I started off with playing soccer in my school when I was in the first standard, and then slowly till the fifth grade because I was in a Catholic school before, so they encouraged a lot of soccer in the school. So I joined my soccer team, and then I used to play in the building like uh, cricket, with the rubber ball or a tennis
Got it.
ball. And then, uh, one fine day, I told my dad I want to join, a club or something, something which has something related to leather ball cricket because I wanted to try my,
Sure.
you know, luck or, see where it goes because I like the sport. So then once I went to this club called Prabodhan in Goregaon, Mumbai. Uh, After that, Padmakar Shivalkar sir saw me. Uh,
Okay.
he was also an ex Mumbai left arm spinner. Picked up 600 first class wickets. So he eventually became my coach later. But he asked me to change my school and join a school which plays cricket.
Got it.
Uh, so I changed to Swami Vivekanand, and
Okay.
I went under Dinesh Lad, who was Siddesh Lad's dad.
Okay.
Uh, he was my school coach, and then from there my journey started. So then he sent me to Shivaji Park Gymkhana, and I was with Paddy sir and Praveen Amre sir, uh, being my coaches there, and they've been my mentors also throughout my life later. So that's how it started, and then the slowly I started performing a lot in my school and also the
Hmm.
club cricket. So after that, it was uh, always uphill, at least till the under 19 level, where I
Got it.
was only doing well and, doing uh, uh, performing more above par almost every year. So
Got it.
that's why I got my break for under 19 World Cup very early, and then also went on to play the second World Cup.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
I think we have a question from Trisha. Was your family supportive throughout your journey, throughout your cricketing journey from the very start?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Especially, uh, of course, both parents were, but especially my mother, because she would uh, uh, she would take me everywhere, like with like she would come with me, and because I was too young to travel all the way to
Got
Dadar,
it.
and I used to live in Malad, and we shifted to Borivali for my school, and so that from Borivali to Dadar I had to travel, and then she would come every day with me, and I had a very tight schedule, and she would
Sure.
be running around behind me every day, and a lot of credit goes to her, the way she uh, pursued my career.
Got it. Got it. And I think if I have to ask you, what is the one toughest thing which you have seen throughout your cricketing journey? Whether it was adopting a different lifestyle, a different mindset, habits, discipline. What was the toughest thing for you, which as a cricketer, which you had to adopt?
The toughest thing, I think, of course, firstly, I had to give up on the, that pampered childhood, and I never had that, and I always chose a tougher path for myself, and my parents supported me, and
Hmm.
so also, I did not have time to rest in the weekdays, so I was either in school, or I was
Correct.
either in tuitions, or I was going to Shivaji Park Gymkhana for practice, and then coming back and just have dinner and go to sleep. So I had a very disciplined life uh, when I
Sure.
was
Yeah.
in my school, and also growing up till under 19,
Hmm.
till the time I was in Shivaji Park Gymkhana. So I there was school, tuition,
Just
practice,
managing a lot of things
managing.
together.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, that life, if any youngster is pursuing it, you're bound to reach the levels, you aspire to be one day. Yeah.
Correct, correct. And how were the early days in IPL like? You've been a part of IPL, and what is that experience? If you want to share a couple of stories or your early days when you just started playing in the IPL, how was it like?
IPL, obviously, it is a different experience, because the players who you look up to all your life, and first time when you go, and uh, when you're up against them, and also with playing with them, it's a really different experience, uh, and you also see their preparation on and off the field, how
Correct,
they carry themselves on the ground, and how their preparations are, how they prepare for the next session as well as a match. So there are a lot of things you learn being in the dugout also, and uh, having conversations with the senior pros,
sure.
and whatever you know there are
they are doing.
best support staffs you have. So there's a lot to learn. There's everything to gain actually when you're in
Hmm.
a setup
Hmm.
like that. So I was lucky to be a part of Sun Royals, and uh, I got to spend that quality time with a lot of legends of the game. Yeah,
Correct. I think so that is the biggest learning you might have had during
yeah,
IPL. Correct. I think we have Ronak. Ronak also has been a part of In the Dugout and the
yeah.
first or the second live session. Uh, he asks, take us through your mental preparation before any game or practice session. Any specific routine you follow before any game?
Uh, uh, Before a game, actually, I always, uh, mentally when I go on the ground, I don't think I leave the technical aspect of the game outside, and I just focus on the situation given in hand, and the situation which is there. So basically, I take every game as I would play in my gully, and
Hmm.
I take up the situation and see how many runs are needed, or how many wickets, or how much the target, or whatever it is. Uh, I focus on that, and try to get wickets or score runs, and that is uh, uh, that is how simple I like to keep my plans. And
Correct.
uh, if I don't like to complicate things much, and just take one step, and keep everything simple, and
Got it.
trying to stay as calm as you would want to in pressure situations.
So basically, being in the moment and doing what is required right now at this situation.
Yeah,
That's what your
absolutely,
mental
absolutely,
preparation is.
absolutely. Not thinking too far ahead about the
Too
result,
far
or
ahead. Got it.
and just just trying to be in the moment. And for that, I think the scoreboard really helps. If you're just looking at the scoreboard, and playing accordingly, it really helps. It guides you basically. So
Sure.
that's what I
Makes
think.
sense. So, I wanted to ask you about your influences. I mean, through the IPL career, through the under 19 appearances, and through your entire cricketing career, any specific friendships you've built with different players, or any senior players you've got in touch with who have mentored you in any way? Who are these players, or who are these people in your life who have been a very good impact on your career?
I think uh, all of them, like the guys who are playing right now in the IPL, also are really good friends off the field as well. I think Kuldeep is a good friend. We do talk uh, whenever he's free or whatever. So he's been doing well for the last couple of years for India, and also
Correct.
all the teammates, whoever you know. Uh, I played with, or who missed out the bus in the under 19 World Cup, which I played, are have have made it to the IPL now. So you feel good that all the players, or all the teammates you had in the probables that time, who couldn't make it, are still doing really well, and
Correct.
making a mark. And a lot of them did play for India as well. So Akshar playing for India, Deepak Char, he was also in our probables, but uh, he also made it for India this year. And also a lot more players are doing really well from my batch. And uh, we do keep talking. We do talk a lot whenever we meet, and go back down the memory lane. And uh, but I think uh, what matters is uh, how you uh, how you carry yourself when you're at the top. You don't forget your roots. So I think all these guys have been amazing, and they're they're doing really well, and I wish them well.
Awesome. And any mentors you had, Harmeet? Any kind of mentors, people who trained you, especially senior players?
Yeah. So as I told you, Praveen Amresar has been my mentor. most part of my career. And last 2 3 years I've been working with Omkar Salvi. He's the bowling coach for KKR as well.
Okay.
So he's helped me out with a lot of my problems or uh, whatever tuning I needed in my bowling. So whenever I need some, now that he knows a lot about me, and also the problems I must be facing, so he helps me out with that. And I think yes, whenever if I have to make a call for some you know uh, I have to make a big decision, I call up Praveen sir, and you know take his advice most of the times. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. So, Harmeet, you are somebody who's who's a left arm spinner. You started out as a spinner, as a bowler specifically, and then we know that you started focusing on your batting as well, and on being an all rounder. So,
Right.
why did you do that, and how is it that important?
Actually, I used to bat in the under 19 levels as well, but
Okay.
did score a decent amount of runs at the till the under 19 levels. But then, you know how Mumbai Ranji Trophy batting lineup is, and it's a full. Uh, Almost everyone is uh, in the
Correct.
reckoning to play for the country. So I wouldn't get to bat any up then number nine. So
Hmm.
it was a pack side then, and then once I moved out from Mumbai is when I started getting opportunities with the bat. So
Okay.
uh, so now that I'm finally getting opportunities with the bat, I'm trying to prove my mettle, and I scored 100 as well last year,
Wow.
and a couple of 50s in the first class. So it's helping me with the bat. But yeah, because of the conditions in Mumbai, I used to get more bowling here. But since I moved to Tripura, uh, because it's on the eastern part of India and
Hmm.
gets cold during the Ranji Trophy, so most of the wickets are seaming. So the bowling opportunities have decreased there. But still, all in all, I'm happy that I'm playing first class cricket.
Correct, correct. And if you have to compare, your under 19 World Cup experience and your Ranji experience with IPL, how are these two experiences leagues different? In what aspects are they different?
Uh, Ranji to IPL.
Ranji to IPL and also under 19 to IPL.
Yeah. See, under 19 is basically a stepping stone, and you're playing with players with your age. And because I played first class before I stepped into the under 19 circuit, so I found it a little, going below my level then, because of the competition of first class cricket in India is way too high. And
Correct.
uh, but still, uh, it is very competitive out there when you're playing for your country. The pressure is high.
Different.
You are yourself young, so you feel the heat. So it is basically a sort of a warm up before you get into the big league. And IPL, of course, IPL is any cricketer's dream, and everybody who is passionate about the game uh, wants to have that adrenaline, going in there playing the IPL, and doing, and on top of that, doing well is icing on the cake. So IPL is a really high pressure game, and but as I said, I really like to uh, take cricket, whenever I'm on the field. I just think about the situation and not about the
Correct.
stage I am at. So uh, once you're thinking about the situation, everything feels uh, a little easier.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
And as a bowler, what are some challenges you face, whether it's mentally, whether it's preparing physically, whether it's bowling strategies? What are some challenges you faced as a bowler?
See, from under-19s, what happens is when you're growing, uh, during from 16 to 19, uh, your brain doesn't function in the technical aspect as much, because what you've naturally and God-gifted talent and bowling action you have is you're pursuing, and you pick
Correct.
up wickets with that, and you're happy and all that. But once you reach the under-19 level, you go to the NCA, and you know that's when they try to tweak with your action a little bit here and there. That's when you are aware of the technical aspect of the game, and then sometimes that can uh, hamper your progress a little bit. But
Mm-hmm.
what happens is, in the long run, it can be very fruitful. So, uh, because what happens if your action is not technically aligned, you might face injuries or whatever. So that's what they take care of in NCA. And I had a few ankle problems. It was mostly because of my action, and also I had to go through some of the changes, and then later, once those things were rectified, and then there was a small 1 or 2 year transition phase where you know I had to slowly get through that. And once I got through again, it was again fruitful for me. I turned out to be uh, more aware of my bowling, and you know uh, as you play games, and once you start figuring out that you find your own self, that this is what my bowling is. You know everything about your bowling. If something's going right, how to get it right, especially directly in the game. Sometimes what happens
Correct.
is, when you're young and your game is going bad, you end up you know uh, leaking runs, and having a bad day. But once you're experienced, you tend to pull it back in the same game. So
Correct.
that's what experience brings on the table. And then once you're in that level, you can always uh, you know pull things back in the same game, and have that experience rolling for you.
Got it. Got it. Correct. So, before we actually wrap this up, I wanted to ask you two things. One is that, what is the biggest lesson you've learned, whether
Hmm.
it was from cricket but about life?
Hmm.
Any lesson you've learned from cricket, which you would like to share?
Lesson is, I think, the sport really makes you tough, and may you be playing any sport, it really makes you mentally tough, and it helps you know your friends, who your real friends are, because in tough times, there are people who will leave you or whatever, or there are people who are there with you because
Hmm.
of your name or whatever. So I've had those times where uh, I've faced situations in life where things were not going my way, but I knew who my real friends are then, and uh, um, then after that, uh, uh, I've been with them. They've been with me through all the thick and thin. So uh, I think that really matters. That who if you know who your real friends are, you can really uh, count on them. And also, for me, this has been the biggest lesson. And then after that, uh, my life has been more sorted in my head. And previously, what happens is, once you're playing IPL and you're a big name, there are a lot of people wanting to be
You
your
want to,
friend,
correct.
and wanting to take the piece of your cake. So uh,
Sure.
for me, that has helped a lot. So uh, I think that has been my biggest lesson.
Correct. Knowing who stands with you, who doesn't
Yeah,
stand for you during your tough
yeah,
times, and when you are at
yeah,
the top as well. And
yeah.
any message you would want to give to all the viewers or people who might be watching this later on, any aspiring cricketers, any message you would want to give to somebody who's just starting out as a cricketer and want to build a career?
I think nowadays, because of a lot of IPL games and a lot of leagues going around the world, a lot of a lot of youngsters wanting to take up cricket, they think that they can become a Virat Kohli overnight, or especially I think the parents think that, I've seen a lot of parents coming to academies and telling the coaches that, please make my son like Virat Kohli. And it's not an overnight journey. He's worked hard for it, and all the cricketers basically, they've worked all their life, like they've basically surrendered themselves to cricket, and
Sure.
they've passionately lived this life, and you need to, if you're actually wanting to pursue cricket, you have to have that passion, and you have to have that will to succeed, and also take the failure in your stride.
Correct.
So I think, as far as I am concerned, I think uh, uh, this nowadays, what happens is, there are kids, few years they'll pursue cricket, and then if they don't like it, they'll pursue something else, and then say that cricket has politics or whatever. So I think if you're pursuing something, you should go all out, or
Correct.
either don't go for it. So uh, uh, that's what my best advice would be, that if you're going for it, just go all out, and not never back down. Yeah.
Correct. Passion is the biggest differentiator, is the biggest advantage.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
if you don't have that, it's very difficult to sustain. You might start with a lot of motivation and inspiration, but as you see the journey being tough and ups and downs coming now and then, it's really
Right.
difficult to sustain and to still give in your 100% or even more than that. And
Right.
I think, yes, we also have Sujit who is joined, and he's saying, "What a bowler! Wow, okay." A lot of people joined this session, and I think it was real value. So, thank you for joining, Harmeet, and taking out the time for this. Um,
Thank
we look forward to doing more such sessions with you.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, everyone who's joined. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Arjun Vedya and I'm the CEO of Dr. Vedya's. I hope you like what you heard. If you want more content on health and Ayurveda in the 21st century, please click the subscribe icon. We've got a lot more coming for you.